Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, please click that button and subscribe to our channel. On the menu today, we're going to be making a Chinese lamb and mushroom stew. It's pretty straightforward. Let me run through some ingredients. I've got here some lamb on the bone, nice and chunky. Some chopped, chunky cut onion. I've got some white pepper here, some dried chili, some star anise. And here I've got some mushrooms that were dried, so I've rehydrated them. This is the water that I ended up with, which is going to make a fantastic stock. If you can make this with a fresh mushroom if you want, which means you're going to need some vegetable stock or chicken stock or meat stock, entirely up to you, but I'm just going to be using this stock there. We're going to add some garlic, some ginger, some soy sauce, a couple of other bits. It's pretty straightforward. It's going to take a little while to cook because this is nice and chunky and on the bone. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's go and do it. So we're going to start with a pan, which I have here with a touch of, I'm using a sunflower oil in there today, just a little touch. You're going to need a lid, of course, for this dish. Simply, we're going to drop in some dried chili, some star anise, and I've got some white peppercorns here, which I think just make a really lovely flavour for this. Now we're going to drop in our lamb. That lamb is, like I say, on the bone, chunky cut, nice little bit of fat in there as well, which you're going to need. I don't want it too lean. And at this stage we're going to pop that lid on. We're going to cook this on a fairly high heat, just for about 4 to 5 minutes to kind of brown it slightly and seal it. Then I'll be back. Let's jump inside now and take a look. As you can see, our lamb is browning quite nicely. I mean, it's nowhere near cooked, of course. And we've got some liquid coming out there, as you can see, which is absolutely fine. At this stage, I'm going to add some garlic and some ginger. I've got about 2 teaspoons of finely chopped. I mean, you could just use sliced if you wanted. I just prefer it like this. Just give that a bit of a mix. Now some brown sugar. There's about 3 tablespoons there of a soft brown sugar. We're going to add a little splash of soy sauce, which is why I'm not using any salt. And the pepper, already we have the peppercorns in there. There's quite a lot of those, so they're going to really do their thing and work. Now we're still on quite a high heat. And what's going to happen now is that sugar's going to dissolve and get fairly sticky, which is happening right there. We're now going to put in our chunky cut onion. And now I'm going to put some stock in. Like I say, I'm using the water from my mushrooms. If you're not using dried mushrooms like I have, then you can just add just water if you want, plain water, or some form of stock of your choice. Simply, lid's going to go on. The heat is on very high. Get that to a nice boil, then turn it down to a rolling boil. Stir often, but we're going to cook that for about 30 minutes now. We need that to get nice and tender. I'll see you then. Okay, here we go. That's been cooking for about 30 minutes. on a nice low heat. And at this stage we're now going to add our mushrooms. Now if you wanted, you could add some other things to this, you know, like some water chestnuts, bamboo shoots, tofu. That all works really well. But I like this just like this. The lid's going to go back on, and on the same low heat, let's do that for about another 20 minutes. In we go again. This is looking fantastic now, it's reducing down really nicely. We've got like, you know, a centimetre now of moisture in there, which is thickening up. We've got all that sugar, that beautiful lamb, those spices, and of course now our fantastic mushrooms. Just check that your meat is nice and tender. This is really beautifully tender now for me. If not, just let it go a little bit longer. You may need to add a little bit more moisture if you're going to do that, or it will dry out too much. Off goes the heat. That is a fantastic, really simple dish. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you again really soon. See you later. Bye bye.